Well, scientists have long warned of the effects of climate change, extreme weather events being one such warning. And we have seen quite a few in recent months, most of them resulting in natural disasters. In late June, Western Canada was caught under a record heat wave. Temperatures hit an all-time high several times, capping at 49.6 degrees Celsius in the village of Lytton in British Columbia. Abnormally dry and hot weather conditions have fueled massive wildfires in western United States, Greece and Turkey. Extreme rainfall in mid-July led to devastating floods in Western Europe, killing over 200 people in Germany and Belgium. Unprecedented downpours also hit central China, dumping a year's worth of rain in just 3 days on the city of Zhengzhou. Over 300 people died. Well, extreme weather events like droughts and floods have also been hitting Africa. Here in Kenya, drought has hit 10 counties, and this has forced pastoralists to trek longer distances in search of water. CGTN's Astatal has more.
Nasawa Lomgoi is a pastoralist from Kenya's Isiolo County. Worsening drought conditions have meant she has to travel farther to fetch water. Currently, she has to travel 30 kilometers every 2 days with her livestock.
The drought has really affected us. We have a problem accessing water. Right now, we do not have any hopes of rain. We do not know how the animals are going to survive in the near future.
The government, in partnership with the Food and Agricultural Organization, is looking to tackle the issue. The Ministry of Devolution is set to sign the Anticipatory Action and Response Plan for pastoral and agro-pastoral communities. 8 Kenyan counties are set to benefit from this initiative.
So far, the government, together with FAO, are providing the support in terms of some cash transfers. We are also working on some of the intervention through vaccinations and deworming activities to protect the livelihoods of the individuals in the communities.
This comes as Ambrose Negatich says the extent of this year's drought conditions have been exceptional. Kenya's National Drought Management Authority estimates drought conditions in 10 counties could worsen from August to December. Astatal, CGTN.
Well, let's bring this climate change conversation back to Africa. And for that, I'm joined via Zoom by Hyacinth Nnamchi, a researcher at the GEOMAR Helmholtz Centre for Ocean Research, which is based in Kiel, Germany. He is one of the contributing authors to that UN report on climate change. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, Hyacinth. The researchers, as we know, were drawn from all corners of the world to compile this groundbreaking report from the UN. Just tell us about the scientific evidence that emerged from Africa about the effects of climate change.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for having me. Yes, I have to say, first of all, that we have always known that the climate is changing. The globe is getting warmer. But what we have found this time around is that the rate at which this is happening is very, very fast. It is very, very widespread over different parts of the world, and it's happening very, very rapidly these days. So for Africa, evidence over the past few decades shows that everywhere in Africa is getting so much more warmer than before. And this can be explained by human activities that has to do with the emission of greenhouse gases. So in terms of heavy rainfall, so we also see heavy rainfall increasing over parts of Africa, like eastern part of South Africa and parts of West Africa. Then over a large part of Africa, it is not possible to draw any strong scientific judgment because we don't have enough data over large parts of Africa or enough studies, because we have done this based on existing literature over the past 10 years or so. So in many parts of Africa, there's not enough literature, enough previous studies for us to rely on to do reliable assessment. Then in terms of drought in terms of agricultural drought, not having enough water to support agriculture, or ecological drought, I mean not having enough water to support the plants or the animals or the organisms that ecologically are supposed to be in specific zones. We also found out that this is increasing over most parts of Africa, from Southern Africa through Western Africa to the northern parts of Africa. So overall, there's very strong, and this time around, we have used more recent methodologies, improved data sets, and improved models to study what has been happening over the past few years.
And Hyacinth, of course, we know that, as you mentioned, the report shows us the effects that climate change is having in Africa, many of them being felt, as you say, in every corner of the continent. But what about the projections coming out of that report? What does the future hold for Africa?
Yeah, so that is the point. So the future suggests that things are going to continue the way they are and will in fact get stronger and more intense. So what this means is that for the most of Africa, we are going to have even more warming, so more intense heat waves over virtually every part of Africa going forward. Then in terms of heavy rainfall, we are also going to expect like very heavy rainfall that will lead to flooding going forward into the future. So things are going to intensify, get worse. In terms of drought also, so this is the point. So you have both increased drought, and at the same time you have increased intense rainfall and flooding. So that's like extreme events. So these things going forward are really going to get so much more serious for Africa and for most parts of Africa, for that matter.
Very worrying scenario indeed. Thank you so much for your time. Hyacinth Nnamchi joining us there via Zoom.